This story goes 3 generations deep. Hashimoto's affected her grandmother, her mother, and now her. It impacts the thyroid, hormones, and even hair health. So for me, this install wasn't just about looking good. It was truly about giving her a moment of confidence in the middle of something that she's been battling for years. This install became super personal for me because she could have chosen anybody in the state of Georgia to perform this install, or she could have just went online, bought a lace wig, and just had someone install it for her. But she chose me. And I always say that when God sends you people, it's not in vain. It's a reason why he chose you to do this. And although I do not specialize in alopecia or severe hair loss, I took this job on because baby, it's faith over fear. So we chose Kinky Straight, and my girl sent me an inspiration photo, and immediately I got to it. She's a corporate baddie, so I wanted to keep it very subtle so that way she doesn't feel overwhelmed looking at herself in the mirror. I decided that I needed to be super prepared. So I bought a frontal, I bought wefts, and I also had K-tip hair. I knew that she had enough hair around the perimeter to at least do some decent amount of K-tips and some micro K-tips with no problem. Now in the past, when I've done sew-ins on clients who've had alopecia or a thin crown, I've created an anchor braid, and I used to do a net to create the illusion of fullness. So my thought process was, okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing that I would do for anybody else, especially since she had more than enough hair to do K-tips around the perimeter. Now, I forgot to mention that I gave her a smoothing treatment prior to doing her press. So once I was done anchoring down her net and sewing it down, I did her press. I definitely gave her a trim because it had been some time since she's trimmed her hair. And I started mapping. I knew I wanted to keep her fairly dark underneath, like her inspiration photo, and kind of throughout her hair too, because again, this is a corporate baddie, so we don't want to overload her or overwhelm her. The wonderful thing about this install is that although her middle is sparse, she had more than enough hair around her perimeter to do so many K-tips. So once I popped those few in, I was like, okay, I can kind of see where this is going. And I started to feel extremely confident with doing her K-tip install. I knew I didn't want to make them super heavy, but I definitely wanted to make sure that it was full enough, so to speak. Once I finished her back with micro K-tips, I moved around to the front and decided to do pico size K-tips. It was important for me to do them this size because her strands are fine, but I knew that if I did them small enough, I could create the illusion of fullness again in this area. This is my first time ever doing K-tips this small, and this kind of has changed the game.